Our top focus on first up, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke out at the Nuclear Security Summit being hosted by US President Barack Obama. Modi spoke at length about the threat that nuclear terrorism poses to the world. Modi said that terror has evolved and terrorists are now using 21st century technology. However, the world's response is still rooted in the past. In an apparent jibe at Pakistan, Modi said that countries need to drop the notion that terrorism is someone else's problem and his terrorist is not my terrorist. He also harped on the need for global cooperation between nations in dealing with terror. Modi also added that the world should focus on three contemporary features of terrorism. First, today's terrorism uses extreme violence as theatre. Second, we are no longer looking for a man in a cave, but we are hunting for a terrorist in a city with a computer or a smartphone. And third, state actors working with nuclear traffickers and terrorists present the greatest risk. Let's get a word from our Deputy Editor Smita Sharma, who's with us on the phone line from Washington. Smita, as expected, Prime Minister Narendra Modi making a strong pitch for global cooperation, also hitting out at Pakistan when he speaks about state actors.
Absolutely, a strong intervention there coming at that working dinner at the White House hosted by Barack Obama for all the visiting heads of states, more than 50 of which in fact are in DC at the moment to deliberate upon at the 4th Nuclear Security Summit. Interestingly, Narendra Modi was seated right next to President Obama to his left, and both of the leaders could be seen conversing actually to the length of that 2 hours of dinner, where interventions were made by other world leaders as well. But more importantly, Narendra Modi, of course, stressing on the point that you cannot choose to think of some terrorists as his and not mine, because nobody is isolated from the threat of terror today. And the other important point, that without prevention and prosecution of acts of terrorism, there is no deterrence against nuclear terrorism. Perhaps India trying to drive home the point that the perpetrators of the Mumbai attacks are yet to be punished, are yet to be sent behind bars. And this also coming on a day when India's resolution at the United Nations Security Council to proscribe Jaish-e-Mohammed chief from Masood Azhar, blamed for the recent Pathankot terror attacks. In fact, that was again put on technical hold by China for the second time.
Right, and Smita, Modi also making an important point there, saying that terrorists today are operating using modern technology while the world's response is still based in the past.
Absolutely, saying that, it's not a cave age, a primitive era that we are really looking in. If you think of the world today where terrorists are using encrypted mails, encrypted messages, technology, half of the core of all these terror organizations, be it Al-Qaeda to the ISIS, they actually have engineering backgrounds. So these are very sharp minds. They might be, in fact, from culturally dislocated areas or various reasons for them to head towards terror activities. But Narendra Modi driving home the point that A, you have that use of technology, and B, a lot of places where nuclear proliferation or these terror activities actually have the covert support of the state itself. So it goes beyond doubt as to which were the other countries that he was pointing to.
Smita, thanks so much for that update. We're going to keep coming back to you for more developments.
Obviously, we can, focus on the positive things that we did there against Australia.
We've got a very different team to those games that we played. We went through quite a few players throughout those 3 games.